I'm Calvin Chapman with the HGP Sportscast. Good evening. The South American Under-20 Championships launched today, Friday, May 12. All the continent's countries have confirmed their participation. Sean Embrock with that story.
The mega event is set to showcase Guyana on the world stage in track and field once again, and support for the lucrative event is gaining pace. All 13 countries on the continent is set to participate.
This is going to be our 19 and under championships for Guyana, with all 13 South American countries indicating their willingness to be here. And we're very confident with the returns that we would have seen that all of them will have a presence in Guyana.
President of the Athletics Association of Guyana speaking at the launch. National Director of Sports Christopher Jones cemented the government's support for the championships.
The excitement of the National Sports Commission and by extension the government of Guyana to stand here in full support of the Athletics Association as it makes its preparation for the hosting of the South American Junior Championships.
Government is also on board with affording the requisite DSL bandwidth to allow for online streaming of the event and other internet activities for the event.
Our support for the event will encompass the provision of high-speed internet access, especially for the media, and the provision of mobile Wi-Fi hotspots around the track. In this regard, to take away from something the President would have mentioned in his remarks, we must make this happen for the country. We must make it happen for Guyana. The NDMA wishes to say that you have our full support and we wish you the best.
Bang ZIH, Princess Ramada Hotel and the Guyana Tourism Authority GTA are also on board supporting the event. The championships will be held at the Lenora Track and Field Stadium on Saturday and Sunday, June 3rd and 4th. 13 countries with an average 350 athletes are slated to participate in the championships. For HGP Sports, Sean Embrock.
With the South American Junior Athletics Championships just 1 month away, the amount of local athletes' participation will be high, as opposed to the cost factor at international meets that limits participation. Head of the Athletics Association, Aubrey Hudson, explained to HGP Sport that the local lads are upbeat.
It's great. A lot of them felt that they missed out on Carifta, and they are training real hard. We ran a camp last week, and we're running another one this week.
The local organizers are aiming to have an athlete in every event, while the ongoing training camps are seeking to fine-tune the youngsters' preparedness.
We need to put together a good squad. Some of the sprinters who we know would not make the first-string squad, we put them into the hurdles and have them train specifically for the hurdles event. So we want to compete in everything. I know the pole vault, hurdles, hammer is going to be a little tricky for us, but we're working on making sure that our athletes compete in every one of those events.
In the National Schools Basketball Festival, following 5 weeks of competitive play in the Georgetown Extended Regionals, there is now being observed a freeze period for the next 3 weeks to accommodate student athletes writing the CSEC and CAPE examinations. The tournament will resume on June 2nd and will continue through June 30 with the regional playoffs. The 12th edition of the National School Basketball Festival will be played from July 1 to 10. At the halfway point, Marion Academy leads the girls division and under 14 boys groups, while St. Rose's lead Group A under 16 boys, along with Group B under 19 boys. Plaisance lead Group A under 19 boys, while the Bishops High lead the under 16 boys Group A. The National Schools Basketball Festival Regionals Tournament is sponsored by Edward B. Bihari Group of Companies and the National Sports Commission. Reigning national under-19 female squash champion Taylor Fernandes began her title defense on a winning note after she defeated Makeda Hardin in straight sets at the Georgetown Club squash court on Thursday evening. Fernandes, who had to work hard for every point, won the battle in straight sets 12-10, 11-3, 11-7 in her first match of the Woodpecker Products National Junior Squash Championships. The match of the evening saw Kirsten Gomes continuing her form by defeating Madison Fernandes 3-1 in the girls under 15 category. Gomes took the first set 11-9 before Fernandes struck back to win the second 11-9. Gomes then held her nerve to take the final two sets 11-8 each to win the seesaw battle. Abusedi Cadogan was also in the winner's row with a straight set win over Maya Collins 11-7, 13-11, 11-4. The championships continue this evening with more exciting matchups at the Georgetown Club with the final set for Sunday. In boxing, tonight, the second edition of the Caribbean Schoolboys and Junior Boxing Tournament gets underway at the National Gymnasium, Mandela Avenue, and concludes on the 14th. Local boxers will match skills with the best talent out of Barbados, Suriname, and St. Lucia in highly anticipated duels meant to assert Caribbean dominance at the lower level. The tournament had its first edition in Guyana last year, April, after regional administrators called for more focus to be placed on the nursery of the sport. Fans will be required to pay $1,000 for a ringside seat, while those occupying the stands pay half that amount. And with that, we conclude the HGP Sportscast. It's over to you now, Royden.